Putería, sandungueo.
That is out in the night, paying it for it and it don't matter the price. Boom boom more than out here moving so right. Get shaking tonight, dama todo rulay. If you know me, then you know that I would never deny. Tengo mi terio and I will show you tonight. So the putaria has my future so bright, bringing it to the light. Un foqueo rulay. I said this tape is not for ignorant babosos. Steady rep that 718. Melting pot that done made me famoso. That's from New York City, el verdadero sancocho. Invoco al un vale yo. Me monto y me da la hinchazón. Spitting out, keeping
Knicks universe, how we doing out there? What it do? What it do? Salute, salute, salute. You are back, and we are here for another episode of the Knicks and Fuego show. I am your guy Hector, joined by my compañeras tonight. I got the lovely Skills, and we got Nikki. Lady, happy New Year's. How are we feeling today?
New Year's.
Happy New Year.
How are you guys? How was your New Year's? Did you have fun?
Can't complain.
It was good. You know, we went to, me and my girlfriend went to Empire, won a little bit of chicken, came back home, and, the Knicks won the next day. So my New Year's was pretty exciting.
Yeah, I was high as shit. As soon as the ball dropped, that was it. I was like, all right, good night, guys. Bye.
Yeah.
No, a lot of packing. A lot of packing. I showed Hector earlier. I'm finding my old stuff. My throwback.
My God, that is fire.
Yes. So I'm like in the office, the little showroom. I can have everything in the background. So
yeah, that would be fire.
So far, so good.
No, that's a fire way to kick off 2025. Again, congratulations to you. I don't want to get too much into it and put details out there, but congratulations to you, Nikki. Folks in the chat, put congratulations. We got to congratulate our sister over here. On top of the Knicks winning 9 games in a row, everybody is doing good. Family's doing well. Happy New Year's to everybody that's out there. Daniel Bari Sports Highlights is in the building. DBS, how you doing? Of course, my guy Ghost is in the building, and then my lovely girlfriend with the guidelines for the chat. No hate speech or bullying will be tolerated. If you violate the YouTube terms of services or the guidelines, you'll be removed from the chat without warnings. Basically, don't be a douchebag. We're trying to have good conversations out here when we talk about our New York Knicks. But ladies, I'll throw it over to you, Nikki. I'll throw it over to you since you weren't here on the last show. The Knicks won 9 games in a row. We did it without the captain, Jalen Brunson. Let's get your take and then throw it over to Karla. Folks in the chat, let us know how you feel about our Knicks and smack that like button. Go ahead, Nikki.
I think tomorrow's game is a big preview of what we could see in June. If we make it to the finals, we might be battling the same squad. I also pray that we finally get win number 10. Supposedly, Tibbs always had a 9-game streak, never made it past the 9 to the 10. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. I want to see if Deuce comes back. Hopefully we get Deuce back for tomorrow. If not, we already know El Capitan Jalen will be back. That's going to be a big game. 2 big teams with winning streaks coming up. But yesterday was a good game to rest him. So I'm just happy he got his rest before tomorrow's game.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like also winning yesterday game show us how we don't really need all our players. Like, I feel very confident in our team. I mean, look at Cat, OG, and Bridges, Hart too. I mean, they all been balling out. They've been showing out, which is just like, oh my God, like I love it. Like, we don't have the sense of panic, like, oh my God, JB is out. Like, what's gonna happen now? We're gonna lose this. It was just like, all right. I mean, it was the first time for this season to see how it was gonna go, and look, we pulled that win. That's all I care.
No, definitely, and like you said, without Jalen Brunson, I don't want to say it was like a perfect game. No Jalen Brunson, no problem. But in that first quarter, you saw them. They gave us a little bit of trouble, right? The Utah Jazz. The last time we faced up against them, they beat us up. We were bad from beyond the 3-point line. But the defense yesterday, right? And I want to shout out OG Anunoby. Before we talk about anybody else, OG Anunoby, phenomenal defense. The first time we went up against the Utah Jazz, Lauri Markkanen dropped about 30 points on Mikal Bridges. And yesterday's game, OG Anunoby took his matchup personal with Lauri Markkanen and held him, I don't want to say silent for the entire night, but gave him troubles. I think in that first half, when you look at the steals and blocks, OG Anunoby attributed when it comes to our fast break points tremendously. And I want to take a second to point out the defense before we talk about Karl-Anthony Towns, the gato, right? Karl-Anthony Towns, right? In my eyes, is having an MVP season right now. I know a lot of Knicks fans, they feel a little bit different, but when you look at it right now, New York Basketball put it out there on the season. Karl-Anthony Towns, 25 points per game, 13.7 rebounds, 3.3 assists. Karl-Anthony Towns in the month of December, the New York Knicks were 12-12. And a big part of that was Karl-Anthony Towns and his play, averaging 14.6 rebounds in that stretch, shooting over 56% from the field. Skill. Nikki, what's your thoughts about the gato, the bodega man, Mr. Karl-Anthony Towns?
Me?
You? Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, like I said in the last show we did, listen, I don't know what it is about Cat being here in New York specifically. It's been a whole different person, which I'm glad. I feel like we needed that. We needed to see that. He needed that to prove to us, in a sense, to show us like, yeah, he belongs here in New York. You know, all those stuff that everybody talks about, oh, Cat is tough and all that stuff. I think again, you know, going back to where, you know, what team you at. I mean, Minnesota, they're not like that. I mean, why would he have, you know, this bully energy? Unlike here, it's New York. Come on, let's be for real. It's New York. He needs to have that bully energy. Like, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I hope this doesn't die down. I hope, you know, especially down there in this 9th Street winning game. I hope this, more fuel to the fire, and let's keep this going. Let's make this playoff bound. We need to.
Yeah, definitely. Nikki, what's your takes on it? Folks in the chat, let us know as well. Uncle Drew says, salute. I just came home. Happy New Year. I just subscribed. Hector, you was popping on the morning brew. That's what I remember. New year, new things. Bless up. Go Knicks. Uncle Drew, I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you, my guy. Nikki, go ahead. What's your thoughts?
When it comes to Cat, there's no cooking like home cooking. The man's home. Even you see it with RJ in Toronto. It's the same thing. When you're home and you got your abuelas, totones, and everything together, you can perform the way you need to perform. So that man is playing exactly the way I think a lot of us slept on him. 1,000%. If he doesn't get MVP, he definitely needs most improved, because this is another cat that even him with Tibbs, a lot of people were iffy on the combination. But the fact that they both grew, they both are coming in with different experience, is bringing a different light out of him. But he definitely needs to be acknowledged on the way he's performing in the Garden. A lot of people, they don't shine bright underneath those lights, but hey, right now he definitely is.
He's shining, all right.
No, he definitely is. And to piggyback off of Nikki's point, Karl-Anthony Towns and after last night's game and in the post game talking with the reporters, he brought that up about how he matured and he's changed from the last time him and Tom Thibodeau were together. And he said the same thing about Tom Thibodeau. He's like, Tom Thibodeau has changed as well. He's smiling more. He seems a bit more happier here in New York. And this has been the perfect landing spot for Tom Thibodeau. This has been his dream job. He grew up in New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken, or New York, or in the tri-state area, but I know he grew up a Knicks fan. This is where Tom Thibodeau wanted to be, coming from the Jet Van Gundy coaching tree. Right here is where he is. He has won Coach of the Month, or he's nominated for Eastern Conference Coach of the Month. We'll talk about that. But, you know, to Karl-Anthony Towns, an amazing night, over 30 points, 20 rebounds last night against the Utah Jazz. I got a video that I want to play from Bill Simmons. We all know Bill Simmons as being a Boston Celtics stan and being a New York hater, specifically a Knicks hater. But I got to give Bill Simmons some credit here, giving some flowers to Karl-Anthony Towns, because like I said, Karl-Anthony Towns, to me, he should be in that MVP conversation. Shout out to my guy, Jonathan, who's in the building. And like Alex says, don't forget to hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. So I'm gonna play the video real quick. We'll just listen to them. It's about 50 seconds. And Karla, I'll throw it over to you to give your breakdown.
The most fun I've had watching him. The concerns we had in the summer about this guy in New York, I don't know, man. He's a little weird. There's a version of this where this goes bad. It's been the opposite. Actually, they brought out the best in him, and I think they've really responded to him. And this is the most fun I've had watching him play basketball. 24.5 points, 13.5 rebounds, 55% field goal, 45% from three. Gigantic win. Did you see this from Towns? Had you given up?
No, this front office has made me feel dumb over and over again. I thought I liked the trade better for Minnesota.
Yeah.
Hand up. Credit to Towns. Credit to Leon Rose. Credit to Tom Thibodeau. They've won that trade, I think, hands down.
You could see when he came back to Minnesota, you know, what he meant to the franchise, but just how his Knicks teammates reacted to him in Minnesota when they showed the video. It's just like clearly really liked, and I'm just glad it worked out.
And it has worked out, right? And you know, shout out to that front office, like he mentioned. Shout out to Leon Rose. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau. Shout out to Worldwide West. Like they've created a foundation where the New York Knicks aren't the laughing stock of the NBA. For years, the Knicks were compared to the Chicago Cubs, and what the Chicago Cubs were in Major League Baseball and pop culture as being the person that, you know, they're always the laughing stock. They can never win a championship. There's a curse. And then the Chicago Cubs won, and then they became super popular. And that's why I feel the New York Knicks are at that level. Right before the Chicago Cubs won that World Series in 2015, 2016, whatever it was, right at that time is when it was an all-time high. Everybody felt like Chicago Cub fans, and I feel that is what the New York Knicks have captured with this front office, with Jalen Brunson, with Tom Thibodeau, and with Karl-Anthony Towns. Ladies, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so just like he said in that video, I feel like he definitely is having fun out here. Like, we have definitely brought the best out of Cat. You could tell, like, everybody's just having fun. Like, yeah, it's work. Obviously, we're here. They got to show up. They got to work. They got to, you know, make all these wins. But at the same time, I feel like with this team, they're having fun. It's work, but you're having fun. And you know what's that saying? If, you know, you find a job that you're actually having fun, it's not, you know, that you like, it's not really work. So I feel like this is what's happening with this team right now. And I mean, hey, let's get this 10-win Friday tomorrow. I really hope we can. And I just definitely want to keep this up for us, especially for Cat. Like, I'm surprised with Cat in a good way, obviously, because I feel that, like, just like he said in the beginning, I don't feel like everybody was like, I don't want to say too happy, but I guess we was doubting Cat just for the fact, again, going back to what we heard before when he was in Minnesota. So the fact that he showed us different, I'm glad. I'm happy. I've been told already that I'm like, yo, I want a jersey. I want his jersey.
Yeah, fact. That's the next jersey purchase that I'm gonna do. Nikki, before you go,
like, I definitely want his jersey.
I want to shout out our brother I-95 Bully with the $4.99 super chat. Bully, what it do? He says, Bill Simmons is a smuck, but he got this one right. They dump Cat for money reasons. Celtics will be in that position soon. Let's go, Yankees. Bully, how you doing? Salute to you. He had to throw the Yankee thing in there. I'm sorry, Karla. Like, that's Bully. That's not me. I'm just reading the chat. So shout out to my guy, Bully. I'm gonna leave that right there. Go ahead, Nikki. Let's get your take on that. Folks in the chat, also hit that like button. Go ahead.
Oh, no, like Thibodeau says, what is it? Winning is more fun than fun. Right now on the streak, everybody got their own little dance. I even put a poll out there. Who do I think is a better bench cheerleader? Campaign or Theo Pinson? Because when we used to have Theo, he used to do the same stuff. If not, Cam's a little more goofy with it, but it's the same like flow of the bench. So even down there where they all have their own handshakes, it's beautiful. This is a different Cat than I expected, especially when it comes to the connection within the players. I don't know if you guys saw, they released today, I guess Ant-Man had beef with Randall at practice. So a little scuffle.
I'll go look it up while you talk. Keep spitting. Keep spitting.
I'm like, wait.
Yeah, Randall with his little novella, like we already know. But
I love me some good bochinche. You know that. We love some good bochinche. I'm gonna go look for it. Keep cooking.
Oh yeah. So something about how he said the next time you're gonna play, you'll be wearing jeans. So look that up. I think that was a quote.
Wait, who said that?
Yes, I think they're saying Ant said it. So double check that. Don't quote me, but that's what I read. Yeah, that's what I read. But
Wow.
let me double check it. But no, with Kat being here, everybody's so goofy, so happy, everybody's in a good mood. Then not only that, I love how when everybody is so happy and cheering for each other, you got Jalen with the straight face. I don't know if you saw when Josh was going off, Jalen got to play the grown up in the room, maybe because daddy's there. You already know. Yeah, so if as long as we keep it that way, I say sky's the limit. I don't see too many other teams with that type of camaraderie. Maybe OKC, but not the way we have it. So again, if we keep pushing on this way, we can probably make this a double-digit streak. But yeah,
No,
so far so
definitely.
good.
One of the things I'm going to invest in over the next couple of weeks. I need a sound box, right? Because I need the bochinche alert. Because I wish I had that noise. Because I found what Nikki was talking about. So bochinche alert, here it comes. It comes in right now. Hold on, let me move this right over here. So apparently, sorry, Bully. Apparently, Julius Randle. This is from NBA Central on Twitter. Shout out to them. Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards reportedly got into a brief altercation during a scrimmage after Ant told Randall, you hoop like you're playing in jeans.
Yo, that's crazy.
Nikki, thank you for that, Nikki.
I'm telling you,
because I didn't see this.
Yeah. Alert. Yeah.
Yo, I would love to know what happened after, like exactly what happened.
Seriously.
Oh man,
knowing
that's
how
hilarious.
Randall is, he was not quiet. He didn't was just like, all right, whatever. Like, some words were said.
Anthony Edwards, yo, I'm open. Julius Randle.
Oh my God, but literally.
Damn, man.
Yes.
Talk about Juju like that. Damn.
Oh,
Still love him. Appreciate him. I hope he finds a home somewhere, because I don't know.
That was from Kendrick Perkins. Shout out to Kendrick Perkins also. I put a tweet out earlier that said Kendrick Perkins was the only person in media who hasn't switched their take when it comes to the New York Knicks over the past 4 or 5 years. He's never switching his tone when it comes to Tom Thibodeau, Leon Rose, or the New York Knicks. So shout out to Kendrick Perkins. I put that on Twitter, and then he liked it. So he made me feel special for a day.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But let me shout out the chat real quick before we continue, because we got some more stuff to talk about. Shout out the chat. Knicks 100 is in the building. Salute to you, my guys. Salute. 3 capital S's. Nostalgic Nick, how you doing? Salute. And then Uncle Drew brings up a great point, and I'll throw it over to you, Karla, to get your take on it. Uncle Drew says, I'm confused why people keep thinking other teams are superior than my Knicks. Let the games begin starting tomorrow against OKC. And that's something that you and we talked about. This test against Shai Gilgeous SGA is going to be a litmus test for the New York Knicks. So Karla, what's your thought about this matchup before we switch gears to the next 2 topics, and then throw it over to Nikki to get her take? And then shout out to our guy, Billy, who's in the chat. Go ahead, Karla.
Listen, I think tomorrow definitely it will definitely set the tone for January and for the second half of the season. Just for the fact, like, look how far we've gotten already so far, and the chemistry is there. Like, especially I don't know about you guys, but yesterday, man, it's because I was high. So I was paying attention a little bit more than I should. But like, this chemistry is crazy, like in a good way. Like, I don't know. I'm like so in love with this team, that how they play, like they just know when to find each other. And like everything, it just seems easy. Where if you're looking at the other team they're playing, guess what? Just any team that is just like, I feel like you don't see that there. So I definitely hope, they keep riding this wave. I mean, I need them to. Also, I know they haven't said yet, right, about when Mitch would be coming back. Like, no updates on that. Just still
not close.
Listen,
nothing from the team. We've seen Mitchell Robinson post stuff on social media, but nothing from the team.
Like, but it's like that. Hopefully, if he does come back, whatever the case might be, I hope that's still, what we've been seeing. I still hope that's still being able to apply. Hopefully, if we do decide to keep Mitch, it doesn't go downhill and we start losing or whatever the case might be, because that would suck. Because then it's just like, damn, Mitch, you're the fucking problem. Knew it.
Yeah.
You have to get the fuck out of here. Would hate to say that, but tomorrow is definitely, I feel, a must win. I definitely want them to be on this 10-game winning streak. I think it'll just mean a lot to us at this point. And I feel like, how can you not talk about the Knicks at this point, to be honest?
Yeah, Billy dropped some gems in the chat right now. Billy just put it there. Reports he could return to practice by the end of the month. Yeah, that's hopefully we get to see that, because that gives us that gives the front office some time to before the trade deadline, right? It gives them some time to evaluate this team before they have to go out there and make a move. Because
deadline?
I'll look it up right now, but the NBA trade deadline is normally in February. NBA trade deadline.
I don't know why I feel like it's the 1st of February. No, right?
February 6th. February 6th is the trade deadline. So if he comes back at the end of January, it gives the team a very short window, but it still gives them some time to evaluate the team. Thank you, Billy. And shout out to Billy in the chat. If you guys aren't following Billy on Twitter, make sure you guys follow Billy on Twitter. He does an amazing job when it comes to the Twitter spaces that he hosts. Billy, my guy, appreciate you like always. But Nikki, I want to toss it over to you to get your take on the conversation as well. Go ahead.
To answer Unk's question about why they don't get the kudos, I think that's a PTSD within the fan base. Because if you notice, for the last couple years, it's the media who's actually giving the team the credit, but the fan base refuses to. A lot of this whole cat situation, even OG, let's go back to last year. When we first got OG, they kept calling him Paper Man, that the guy was injury prone. What are we doing?
Yep.
We can't expect much. We lost that trade. If you were to look at every trade going from the Josh Hart trade up to the Cat trade, in the eyes of fans, we lost it at that moment. Well, we all 3 times, we ate our words 3 times with OG, with Josh, and now with Cat. So I just think it's something within the fan base that you just got to trust the process. I don't want to bite Philly's slogan, but at this point, we're gonna have to. Other than that, no, of course. When it comes to Mitch, I wouldn't even focus too much on him either. Because if once he comes back, I'm expecting him to come off the bench. I don't want to mess up with the flow of what's going on right now. Like they said in a space earlier that Tony and Billy were hosting, keep that man in bubble wrap until we need him in March. Right now, protect him. He's your fire extinguisher, break in case of emergency. That's what Mitch is. So leave him there for now. And right now, just go with the flow. Right now, you can't be mad. Precious has been balling out. I don't know if y'all saw that dunk that he did, that little Jordan. I'm telling you, no complaints on him. And even Jericho had his little hot streak. So as long as we keep going, we all had concerns about the 5 position. I think we're good.
Yeah.
And on go ahead. I'm sorry, Karla. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go. No, that's it. I was saying, I feel like, as Nikki said, I think we found our rhythm. I just definitely don't want that to get messed up. Because once I get to messed up, I feel like, that's it. All we know is just down. And it's going to take us a while to come right back up. And it's like, I don't want to go through that. You get me? Like, we're hot. Let's keep hot. Like, yeah, we can't expect to win each and every game. I wish, wishful thinking. But like, as long as we're hot and we're still able to win game, let's keep it like that. I don't want to mess with anything. That's what with Mitch is like.
I was gonna say when it comes to Mitch, for me, and I gotta agree with both of you guys. Sorry, I was looking on Twitter looking for that video of Precious Achiuwa. I'll play it. I'll play it right now. But for me, when it comes to Mitch, I feel the best way you use Mitch is coming off of the bench. When you look at Karl-Anthony Towns and how he is playing right now, his best position is his natural position, and that's him at the center. I know we want to mess with the idea of having 2 twin towers at the center and power forward position, but if you move Karl-Anthony Towns to the power forward position and you put Mitchell Robinson there as your starting center, even though Josh Hart is not a knockdown, lights out 3-point shooter, we know he's not Reggie Miller from out there. He's not Kyle Culver, but you still have to respect his 3-point shot, and you can't just leave him open. With Mitchell Robinson, you don't got to respect no 3-point shot. So you're going to be clogging the paint, and that takes away from Jalen Brunson having easy opportunities. That takes away from both Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby. They like to cut to the basket and find easy opportunities to score, and Josh Hart as well. So if you add Mitchell Robinson, it's just going to clog that paint. I feel you're going to get the best from Mitch if he's coming off of the bench with that bench mob, with Precious Achiuwa, with Campaign, with Landry Shamet as well. I feel that's where he belongs. Sorry about that long-winded one.
No, you're fine.
No, I agree 1,000%. Especially with some reason Cat gets in foul trouble. So when he still has those games where he's four fouls, 5 fouls, Mitch will come in the place. So definitely keep that man on the bench.
Yeah, I have that video that Nikki was talking about when it comes to Precious Achiuwa, and it was a beautiful slam. Hold on, wait, let me make sure I got it queued up properly, because that was a nice fast break. Him and
Achiuwa knocks it away. Another steal for the Knicks.
Right there. Precious Achiuwa, he has back-to-back games with those type of dunks. And as a Knicks fan, being able to see our Knicks team playing this well, and this is something that Skills and I brought up. When you look at this 9-game winning streak, right? There's one correlation that you could point to, and that correlation is Precious Achiuwa coming back from injury, right? Having another guy coming off of the bench that can give you the type of minutes he gives you, right? Him and Josh Hart, they give you those hustle stats that they don't show up on the box score, the extra steals, the extra rebounds, the easy dunks and stuff. So I want to give flowers to him and to the front office. Go ahead, whoever wants to could take it.
And I think the fast breaks, we've been doing a lot more fast breaks than we had throughout this winning streak. Maybe because the defense there were getting a lot more steals. I know OG tends to always be in someone pockets when it comes to these games. But as long as the defense keeps up, we're going to have a lot more fast breaks and a lot more of those dunks. I think now Precious got to be up there with OG, because OG has at least 2 dunks a game right now. So
he does.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Karla.
Listen, I'm Precious. You could tell a difference when when a guy does his job, and if he's not there, you could tell, like, damn, that that extra body is needed there. And I feel like with Precious and especially OG too, we seen when they were both out, you kind of saw the difference in that team where it was just like, we're missing something, like everybody else has their roles. It's like we were talking about the last show. I feel like right now everybody knows their roles and they know that's it. Just sticking with that. Don't do nothing extra. Don't do nothing that's unnecessary. Just do what you got to do, and that's it. And I feel like that's what's been working out for this team as well. Nobody's really worrying about, like, damn, now I got to do this too. I got to do that. I got to be over here. No, I know my role, and that's it. That's it. Maybe, once in a blue moon, obviously, you'll be like, okay, I got to be over here. I got to be now the center, or whatever the case might be. But as of right now, I feel like everybody knows what's their role, and they're just having fun with it, which obviously that's the whole point, to try to get these wins right now. I'm glad. I'm not upset right now with this team. I hope we could just keep this on going, especially if we do keep Mitch. I hope we're able to, I don't know, do something there. Because I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know. I'm worried. I'm worried that, I don't know, Mitch, dumbass. Love you, Mitch.
It's a love-hate relationship with Mitchell Robinson.
Because I just don't want Mitch to come out here and be like, nah, put me in a starting 5. No sé qué, no sé cuál. Like, bro, stop.
Yeah,
because fucking chill. Like, don't.
Because Karla,
you
pointed to the chemistry of the team, right? And to your point, if Mitch comes back, right, hopefully he's professional enough to know that, listen, Jalen Brunson left $100 million on the table. Karl-Anthony Towns was the #1 pick for the Minnesota Twins, the franchise player, and he took a second step back to behind Anthony Edwards, and now Jalen Brunson. Understand, you're getting paid. Know your role and be that team player. That's what makes championships. When you have players on your team that are willing to sacrifice their own personal statistics or their own personal gain for the betterment of the team, that's what separates pretenders with contenders. And hopefully Mitchell Robinson has been around these guys and they've rubbed off on Mitch. So hopefully we see a different version of Mitchell Robinson. What's your thoughts on that, Nikki? And folks in the chat, let us know as well.
I think the whole team has been sacrificing, because you have Mikhail coming from Brooklyn, where he could do whatever he wants. So you have certain players that were so natural and just having the ball. So moving that ball and everything being so fluid has been 1,000 in having us being so successful. And it's funny because I'm laughing. There's a comment in the chat. One thing I know is Cat ain't been falling down the past few. That man hasn't touched him and OG.
Nope.
Because it was those two that they've been on the floor for a minute. So thank God everything Medicaid Mitch. Yes.
Yo, that's, yo,
1,000%.
That's hilarious.
Billy, yo, I'm fucking done.
But Knicks 100
1,000%.
says, forget the fouls. I'm more worried about him falling on the floor for no reason. No, absolutely.
But you see what
Paris,
like that man needs to live in a bubble. I don't know what, but
Bubble Boy. You gotta put him in a put him in Bubble Boy, right? That's all he gotta be. Paris.
That's why I'd be so scared to have him back. That it's just like, yo, I want him back. Don't get me wrong. A part of me does want him back because it's just like I want to see what it could be. But at the same time, it's like, damn, bro, what if we take this chance and like, yo, he just fucks up everything and he gets hurt again? Yo, I'm gonna be really tight. Like, I'm gonna be really upset. Like, I'm gonna curse him out.
At least we know he's just a backup, right? So, you know, even with Jericho Sims and you got Precious Achua now, it just gives the front office more options. And if he comes back, like Billy said, at the end of January, it gives them a small window to try to evaluate the situation with Mitchell Robinson. But like Parrish Douglas, shout out to Parrish Doug in the chat, putting it out there. We don't beat Cleveland in the playoffs 2 years ago. We don't beat Philly in game 5 without Mitch. So
yeah,
absolutely anybody has taken that away from Mitchell Robinson, just like Karla and I, we gave our flowers to Julius Randle on the last show. We're going to do the same thing with Mitchell Robinson, right? We appreciate you for what you've done with us in the past, but if we're trying to upgrade and if losing you or trading you helps us upgrade and gets better, it is what it is. It's a business at the end of the day, but we appreciate you for what you did when you was with us. One more comment before I switch gears, because I want to talk about both Tom Thibodeau and Leon Rose, but my guy, Ron and John, I know this is Ron from Still Knicks Fans, is in the building. Ron says, what's good, Knicks family? Salute to the chat. Salute to Skills, Nikki, and my guy, Hector. It's good to see you back talking basketball, my guy. Ron, it's good to see you in the chat, brother. Appreciate you. I hope all is well. Hope the family's doing good. And, you know, Ron, you already know, bro, whenever you want, we here. Whatever you want to come up, you're more than welcome to come up. Shout out to my guy Ron, and shout out to Ron and John over there at Still Knicks Fans. They do amazing work. Make sure you guys go and follow them on YouTube, across all social media platforms. Let's see what else we got in the chat. And he says, yeah, smack that like button and show some love for the content. Absolutely. Go ahead, Skills.
Real quick, I know my girl Gigi had gave us a shout out.
Oh, sorry.
Definitely want to say Gigi. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Gigi, how you doing? Sorry about that. I didn't see you earlier. Again, shout out to everybody who is in the building. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Share us as well. Share us on your social media platforms as well. But I'm going to bring up Tom Thibodeau, right? We got to talk about Tom Thibodeau being nominated as the Eastern Conference Coach of the Month. Tom Thibodeau and the New York Knicks with 12-2. Nikki, I'll toss it over to you. Lead the conversation. Let's get your take on Mr. Tibbs and then throw it over to Karla before we switch gears and let Karla lead the next topic. Go ahead, Nikki.
Theo Tibbs needs more respect from the fans. Theo Tibbs is one of the only coaches from successful teams that hasn't been fired. You got Sacramento. If you look at the league, so many people have been fired. And with the stuff and the roster that he had to work with, I think this man needs a lot more respect. I know whenever there's a loss, says, oh, it's Tibbs' fault. Thank God, knock on wood, wherever the wood is, as long as there's no injuries, you can't blame Tibbs for that either. So as of right now, his rotation, he's been playing a little Kolick. He's been adding other youngins into the flow to see how they fit. So I guess you could teach an old dog new tricks, because that's not the normal MO. Maybe that's not the normal MO for Tibbs. But I'm thinking in regards to what we were saying before, everybody having to sacrifice, he's changing. He's working with what he has. He's trying to do the plug and play, trying to see what he can get out of the players, even having them do certain stuff. Why you think he has Cat the way he has Cat, and even has Precious looking the way he is? So as of right now, he needs 1,000% more respect from the fan base. I don't want to get rid of him. Even let's say something happens when we're early exit, or even if there's an injury, right now I want to even replace him. That man deserves Coach of the Year nominees as of right now. I don't see anybody else who would.
Yeah, no, definitely. And Bully with the $4.99 super chat. The Nuggets are worried about Joker's backup. The Bucks are worried about Giannis's backup. The Celtics are worried as well. To Tatum's backup. I think he's talking about when it comes to Mitchell Robinson. Bully, don't worry. We appreciate you. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat, helping us keep the lights on over here. Go ahead, Karla. Let's get your take when it comes to Mr. Theo Tibbs.
I agree with everything what Nikki said. It's funny because I was just saying this whatchamacallit in the last show that I was just like, is it me? I was like, oh, he's not playing too much the bench he's having. And then look, last night game, he's there slowly putting these, the guys from the bench and like Nick getting from what Nikki said, I feel he is trying because he knows who he has in his team, obviously. And I feel like he's trying to see what works with who. Well, I should say who works with who, because again, one guy might work perfectly with these four and maybe not the next guy, or you just got to see which one is, what works with who. And I feel like he's been doing a good job. And I think it's just like how all these players know, once Tibbs gives you minutes, you need to prove him why he gave you those minutes and show out, and I feel like every time somebody from the bench comes off, I feel that's exactly what happens. And besides Sims, I hate to say it, besides Sims, he's been having his little moments. I can't complain. But besides it, I feel like everybody else does show out. They try to show Tibbs like, look, yeah, you put me on the floor and look, I'm gonna give you what you want from me, and that's another big thing. I feel like, well, again, everything's just chemistry at this point with this team. And obviously you could tell these players respect this coach, their coach.
Yeah.
You see how they are. And I think that speaks volume. And I feel like people forget that. Because, yeah, you could be on this team and not really give a fuck about your coach. And now what does that say as a team in whole? You get me? Like, I feel like everything goes together. Connection, communication, just how you build this bond with your team and your coach to get these wins. Because if you're missing one or two, I mean, can we be realistic? Can we get all these wins how we've been having? Not trying to push it back to Randall, but at the same time, it's like, look when Randall was here and how everything was playing out. You got me?
Yeah.
We don't know the real story because we're not there, and they're not going to tell us what really happened behind the scene. But you saw how it wasn't as a family how it is right now,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like Tibbs, even though he be a serious man, but yeah, he's been having fun this season. And for a man who barely smiles, I don't know about y'all if you ever noticed, a man who barely smiles, he is smiling a lot more. Like, we got pictures of him smiling, videos of him smiling, that it's like, all right, Uncle Tibbs, I fuck with you. As long as you're happy, I'm happy too, because you making this team give us wins. So I'm good.
It's getting to the point, Karla, where it looks like Tom Thibodeau is like regrowing hair on the top of his head. He doesn't look as stressed out. And it's like, bro, give me the secret because I need your secret. Whatever you're doing, let me know your secret, right? But no, definitely. We got somebody backstage, somebody special that I want to bring up. She just came in. VSN Queen is in the building, and we got to switch it up. So I'm going to switch up the topic because this is what I've been waiting for, right? And I saw her tweet today, and I wanted to bring it up to reference it. And she was talking about Knicks fans and Jalen Brunson and the different content creators. And she literally says, what the hell is wrong with our fan base? How dare you hold players accountable and not vote? Well, accountability has arrived in 2025. Don't join me if you can't handle the truth. We should all be the same when it comes to content creators voting for other teams. Don't ask Josh for ish, shaking my head. And I got to agree with her 100%. So I'm going to bring up Queen before I give my take, before Nikki, before Skills go. Queen, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're ready backstage and I'll bring you up right away. Okay, so I see her. Here she is. VSN Queen is in the building. How you doing?
Hey, family. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
New Year.
How are you, babe?
I'm disgusted. I gotta be honest with y'all. I am so disgusted. You on the timeline, they're begging Josh for tickets for this, for that. We complain, we hold them accountable. We complain when we win. This one missed this rebound. That wasn't a good pass. Stop doing your own podcast. All of these things. Here we are, the New York Knicks, the best offense in the league, something we haven't seen in 50 plus years. And we can't even get our damn starters in the All-Star conversation. But we have content creators out here that's making money off of this team, selling merch, right? We throwing watch parties. Some people are charging, making money, right? Putting their brands out, using the Knicks fan base to do such. And then you have a space and you talk about you're voting for fucking LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball? How many fucking games has he played?
Yo, for real, how many games?
Like,
is he back?
He's back, but like, what are we doing?
Oh, for real? Oh, damn! And everybody's voting for him. Why?
First of all, he's the leading vote getter. How about that?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Stop.
Yeah, he is.
And I got news for everybody. The only reason why Cat is where he's at is because of the Minnesota fan base. Please believe that. They don't have nothing to do with us. And we're the largest fan base in the NBA. We're international. How is that possible?
I agree.
Right? But you want to have 3 and 4 hour podcasts or spaces calling players ass. For real, this fan base is ass. That's how I feel. I'm embarrassed. I am totally fucking embarrassed. I'm fucking voting from everybody's phone I fucking know, whether they watch the NBA or not. They're like, what are you doing, Queen? Give me your damn phone. I need to vote. Like, what are we doing? This is New York. What are we doing? What happened to the loyalty?
Right.
We have an expectation for our players. They should have an expectation for us. So, Josh Hart, if you listening, stop doing shit for these ungrateful bastards. Stop. They're not worth it. They're not worthy. As a fan base, we got to start holding our so-called self-proclaimed heavy hitters accountable. I don't have a problem in the world telling them to go fuck themselves. I mean exactly what I said. They're opportunists. And we got to do better. These guys deserve better than this, guys. I don't know how y'all feel about, but I think they deserve better than this from us.
I agree.
Now, Nikki Karla, go and take it however you want to take it. What I'm doing right now is I was literally voting right now for like the 5th time. I'm voting right now, so I wanted to share it on screen to let everybody know you should be doing this. Like Queen said, if you got a friend out there, grab their phone. I grabbed my mom's phone, right? And she don't even know how to use Facebook. She don't even know how to copy videos from YouTube and put it on Facebook. And I voted off of my mom's phone. So I'm with you, Queen. Skills Karla, go ahead, take it.
Yeah, tell your co-workers to vote, everybody to vote. F that, because it's true. And not for nothing, when I saw the list come out today, I was very surprised how our players are not even a top 5 to begin with, which is like, damn, where all these Knicks fans at? Like, everybody I've been seeing on the timeline that, everybody's voting and all this stuff. And it's just like, all right, so who's really voting? Or are we just saying just to say it, to just post on Twitter, be cool, whatever? Because if so many people are saying, yo, I voted 10,000 times, over exaggerate, because I'm pretty sure you can't vote 10,000 times in a day. But it's like, all right, if we're voting, why are these players, not even top 5? Which is true. I agree with Queen. It is kind of upsetting because it's just like, yo, this team that we got this year, there's no way our starting 5 should not be at the All-Star game. You get me? Like, they deserve it. If anything, of all the players that we had, I feel this team, these starting 5, definitely deserve it to be in the All-Star game.
I was on State's post game when he said he was voting for LaMelo Ball.
Oh my God!
What? Buddha's had a stroke.
Annoying.
And he was like, oh no, this is the new NBA, and these are who the younger fans want to see.
No, I
Do
want
you
to see
That
think
makes no sense.
another fan base is voting for our players?
No, yeah, and I agree with you, Queen. I don't think, and again, shout out to everybody on Knicks Twitter, and my guy State. I go back to with State for like me and him during the pandemic. We started on Freezy's podcast. Shout out to Uncle Freezy. But I agree with you. I don't think other teams' fan base are going to vote for us. What it is a lot of the older generation, they hate technology. Let's be honest with it. A lot of the older generation hate technology. And when it comes to the New York Knicks, our fan base, when you look at our demographics, majority of Knicks fans are like 30 years old and older, 30, 40 years old, 50 years old. It's not a lot of young Knicks fans that are savvy with the internet, with social media. So it's a lot of older fans that they do not know how to open up they don't even know how to log into their damn Netflix account. You think they're gonna know how to go onto NBA.com, create a profile and
but they know how to critique the players.
Right. Oh, you absolutely
they
right.
know how to do that.
Right. No, you absolutely right.
That's my generation. I'm not giving them bastards a pass. I'm sorry.
Nobody gets a pass.
You can handle the lightweight, Queen.
You all right here on Twitter that can walk us through.
Exactly. Yeah.
My thing is, if you know how to work Twitter, and then you should be able to know how to vote.
Yeah,
facts. I think half of us people downloaded their Twitter accounts for them, like their Facebook account. I got so many Dominican friends that they set up their mom's Dominican Facebook account because they don't know how to set it up. But I want to shout out the chat before we continue. A lot of people saying that Queen needs a show. Queen, make sure you guys go and follow Queen on Twitter. She does amazing spaces.
After this, though,
after this, so I put the link to her Twitter account.
I changed it to 8:00.
Okay.
You changed it. So her show is at 8:00. So we're going to be rocking down. This is just going to be a preview before we go over to Queen's and join Queen over there on her Twitter account. Make sure you guys go and follow her as well. But no, I want to show real quick so you don't think I'm bullshitting. When it comes down to it, Knicks fans, go out there and vote. Go and vote when it comes to the NBA All-Star game. We have to get our guys in there, like Queen said, because if not, it's just a tragedy. Last year, it was an excuse, right? I could understand it last year, but this year it should be no excuse. So I have my vote on the screen. I'm submitting my vote right now. I'm signing in right now. And my vote is in when it comes to the NBA All-Star game. Make sure all of you guys put your vote out there. You have enough time. You got double days that are voting, triple votes. Make sure you guys keep on voting. Like Queen said, there should be no reason why Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns, at least those two are starters in the NBA. They need to be starters in the NBA All-Star game.
And Josh Hart should be a gimme.
Yeah.
Because all that he does for this community. There's no doubt in my mind.
He definitely should be. Yeah, for real. Because it's true. Because Josh do be doing a lot for this community, Knicks Twitter. And what other player has done that for us being on the Knicks, you know?
Look, what other player from any other sports team in New York done that, Karla? Not even from the Knicks. No Yankees, no Mets. As much as I love Derek Jeter wasn't doing that shit. Sorry.
Yeah, that's true. Nah, you're right about that. But it's true. It's just like, yo, at least let's get him to a freaking All-Star game. Like, yo, y'all want to ask for so much shit. And look, whoever wins it, I'm not saying they don't deserve it. Obviously, Nikki. He was one of those people. Listen, whoever he gives anything to, they deserve it. Obviously, he picked you, and whoever it is, he picked you. You deserve it. But then there are other people who you could tell, like, yo, they're just doing it. It's just free tickets. Yo, let me keep going, be annoying, just to get free tickets. But listen, we all want free tickets. Shit, I want free tickets from Josh Hart. But am I gonna sit there and be tweeting like, yo, it's my son's birthday coming up? Let's take. No, I'm not. Like, I don't know.
But it's funny because if I remember from last year, who is a season ticket holder, she used to be on Twitter. She says the Garden doesn't promote the voting the way the other arenas do. Because I don't know if you have League Pass, but when you look at some of these other arenas, they promote, go vote so-and-so and blah, blah, blah. When I watch MSG and you see the games there, they don't promote it the same way a lot of these smaller teams do. Because if you want your players there, you would think at a game, between all those little breaks, hey, vote, scan the thing, do something, promote it. They don't do it the way Charlotte does, Houston, maybe even Orlando. Since there's such a smaller market, they need to get the name out there. So maybe it's something within the organization that they need to do as well, especially when you're sitting right then and there waiting for the game.
Right. Yeah, right.
I agree with you on that, but I can't hold the Garden or Dolan responsible, but I damn sure can hold this fan base responsible with the BS that we listen to about our players.
About that.
Seriously speaking. And if these content creators that have regular shows, if you just said it at the beginning of your show and at the end, like go vote.
That's it.
Okay, but don't tell me you're voting for LaMelo Ball. Don't tell me you're voting for Giannis. Why? What the hell? How is Giannis and LaMelo gonna get us a chip? Is what I want to know.
Right. It's true.
Yeah.
So good about
I'm
that.
just saying.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to say, right? When I was in high school, when I was younger, one of the best parts of my childhood, I can say that I saw when it comes to the NBA All-Star game was that time, that moment when every member of the Detroit Pistons checked into the game at that one time to be on the court at the same time after winning a championship. That was one of the most special moments as a basketball fan, specifically a young basketball fan. And every fan base dreams for the moment that they can have that time where all of their guys could be on the court. And when you look at our team, we have the perfect starting five to do it. When you look at JB, when you look at Mikal, when you look at OG, Josh Hart, Karl-Anthony Towns, if there was ever a time to get behind and root behind a Knicks starting five, it's this starting five right now. When we're talking about Tom Thibodeau, there's something I want to bring up real quick on Tom Thibodeau, right? Because I know a lot of people will give him praises for being coach of the year. But when you look at Tom Thibodeau, Tommy Beard shared something on Twitter that I just want to bring up real quick momentarily. The number of winning streaks, 9 games or more by a Knicks head or by the Knicks under the single head coach over the past 22 different head coaches. Tom Thibodeau has 4 9-game winning streaks. Look at the zeros: Fizdale 0, Mike Miller 0, Hornacek, Rambis, Derek Fisher 0, Mike Woodson 1, D'Antoni, Thomas, Brown, Lenny Wilkins, Herb Williams, Don Chaney, Jeff Van Gundy, Don Nelson, all zeros, Pat Riley 3, Stu Jackson 0, John McLeod 0, Rick Pitino 1, Bob Hill 0, Hubie Brown 0, and then Red Holtzman with 5. Tom Thibodeau is in conversations with the likes of Red Holtzman, one of the guys that has been known to be one of the greatest coaches of all time. And that's the conversation that Tom Thibodeau is in. Put some respect on, like Skill says, Theo Tibbs' name.
That seriously, put some respect on that man's name.
Who knows if he ends up coaching for the All-Star game? I know we can't vote for the coaches, but if everything keeps going the way it is, with Boston slowly sliding down, you never know. It might be us. But again, the reason I showed that picture is you could definitely have 3 Knicks players on the roster, on an All-Star roster. The last time it was done, Ewing, Oakley, and John Starks. You mean to tell me Kat, Jalen, and Josh can't do it? That's our generation, those 3. So, of course, you got to show up for them, especially like Queen said. You got a lot of people clout chasing, looking for stuff. The man that say he's a giver. I didn't beg for my tickets. He was giving away. He's a giver. So I pray, again, God bless his heart. If that's the type of person you are, no matter what, you don't change that. But again, you got to show appreciation. I think that's the least we could do, is to vote and have something out there. So, of course.
Yeah. No, definitely. I just want to again shout out the chat. You guys are amazing. We got over 250 people watching us across all platforms. That's Instagram, that's Twitter, that's Facebook, and that's YouTube. If you're watching on anything else, click the link in the bio, jump on over to YouTube and enjoy this conversation. We got Knicks 100 in the building. I will always respect Tibbs, and that's something that I'm gonna say, because Nostalgic Nick, he put Kenny Atkinson's name in the chat, and that's somebody that I wanted over Tom Thibodeau when the decision was happening because of what happened in Minnesota, right? But we all point to how both Karl-Anthony Towns and Tom Thibodeau, they have matured, they have changed, and they have become the better versions of themselves. So we have a few more minutes. It's about to be 7:30. I know Queen has to get ready for her show. So Queen, I'm going to throw it over to you. I want to get your predictions and your final take when it comes to our matchup, our next game that's coming up. I think it's against, it's against OKC and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What's your predictions about that? And if there's any nonsense when it comes to the Knicks fan base that should be left in 2024 because we're in 2025, what's your thoughts, Queen?
Well, OKC, I'm looking to just put a spanking on them. Period. They're the younger team, you know, as far as talent and experience is concerned. So we need to take care of business. We cannot come out like we got a hangover in the first quarter. I am so sick of that. Right? Because one game you're going to come out and you're not going to be able to come back and catch up. And OKC is that kind of team. What we need to leave in 2024, this fan base needs to leave the selfish, ungrateful attitude in 2024. Right? I think I figured out what it is. We don't know what it's like to win. We don't know how to receive that, obviously. Right? But we so used to losing, we still behaving like a losing fan base. Like, this is absurd. But I'm going to get further into that later because, you know, I don't have a filter. And I don't want to be too disrespectful on here, but there's no holds barred at 8 o'clock. Fuck all of them. Excuse me.
Queen, you're good. You're good. Just so everybody here, make sure you guys tune into Queen's space that she has running at 8 p.m. I'm going to put the link to that space in the chat again. We support VSN Queen over here, the entire VSN family. Shout out to my guy Trippy, somebody else that I've known for many, many years. Again, shout out to the entire Knicks Twitter, everybody, you know, the different content creators. But like Queen said, clean your mess up and start voting for our guys. Nikki, I'll toss it over to you. Let's get your take and then toss it over to Karla. And then we got to wrap things up. We'll let Queen go on her way so she can get ready for her show. Go ahead, Nikki.
I'm looking for win number 10 in the streak. I'm hoping that I'm already expecting a lot of iHeart interviews between now and tip-off tomorrow. They're always going to ask him some unnecessary Nick-related question. I think they stopped doing that to Randall because Randall wasn't feeding into the BS. But hopefully, if we give a stomping the way we should, that stops those questions to iHeart when he can't back up what he's talking. So hopefully we'll be able to take that win, and hopefully it's a preview to the finals in June. I'm expecting it to be close. You already know how we are with the 3 defense and the way Shai is. But I'll say maybe 127, 120 Knicks would be my prediction for tomorrow.
Copy. Karla, what's your prediction? Oh, Nikki, you forgot. What should Knicks fans leave in 2024? What should we leave?
What should we leave? We should leave the disrespect. When we lose, we're human. We're going to lose a game. As much as we want the streak to continue, it's not. Let's be realistic. Thibodeau, he's not the biggest problem. He doesn't cause the injuries. He might not be 100%, but you got to point the finger at the party who's responsible. It all can't be Theo Tibbs at the end of the day. The players are playing and he's just directing on the side. So we got to be a little more realistic.
Facts. Karla, go ahead. Same thing.
Listen, tomorrow it's a must. I feel like it's a must-win game just for the fact I feel like it'll prove something to us, not to nobody. Not even for this fan, to be honest with you. I feel it's just to them, for the team. It'll prove something to them that, look, we're on this 10th streak winning game. You get me? And again, I feel it's all about having that fire, lit up for them. As long as they have this fire lit up for them, I mean, the world is theirs. You get me? Like, what could they not do? Yeah, going off with Nikki said, they're only humans. I mean, would we want to win all the games? Of course. Why not? Let's be confident to be like, yo, we are making the playoff. We're gonna win a chip and everything. But sadly, no, they're only human. There's bound to be a games that we might lose just over stupid shit, and it is what it is. Those mistakes help us learn to grow as well. But definitely tomorrow, I feel we definitely have to win. Well, they have to win it. Obviously, we're not the one playing, but they definitely have to win. I think it'll set the tone for sure for January for the second half. How I keep saying, not saying that we lose tomorrow. Be bad for us that we'll be on this losing streak. No, but I just feel it'll keep that fire lit up for them, and again, who knows how far we could go and how far of a winning streak we could go. Score wise, you guys know I suck with numbers, so I'm not gonna sit there and do what Nikki did. But I feel like it might be a close game. Like Queen said, I really hope they don't show up drunk or hangover, I should say, on the first quarter, because that be blowing minds, because I already start having a heart attack thinking, damn, what is the point of me watching this game and we're gonna lose, they're gonna piss me off. So hopefully not. Again, even we do, it's all right. We can start off retarded, but as long as we get it back. But like Queen said, there might be that game we could start off like that and never come back, and that would suck to be like, damn, we could have had this game up because of one quarter. The way we started off just messed up the whole vibe for us. Hopefully that's not the case for tomorrow, but definitely I feel for them is a must win.
Yeah, no, I'm going to pick, first of all three of you guys, amazing takes. That first and foremost, I want to say that, right? Queen, Nikki, and Skills, all three amazing takes. For me, I got to piggyback off what Skills said about it being a must win, right? Not only for us, I know you said only for us, but for the haters, like for the people that still don't believe in the New York Knicks, I want us to go out there. I'm not looking for a blowout win. Let us be competitive. And if we beat them by 2, 3, 4, 5 points, it is what it is. But I don't want to go into OKC on a game that it's a must-win game and we get embarrassed, right? To Nikki's point, let's not start off slow. We have to be able to control the ball from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. Control your flow. Understand what your team does well, and what your team does well is play defense and cause chaos. If the Knicks are playing solid defense, causing chaos, getting easy fast break points, that's going to be the difference maker, because our game against the Utah Jazz, the difference was how we were able to get out there on the fast break, not only off of turnovers, but just off of spreading the ball, you getting it and just throwing it out there, right? So again, appreciate all of you guys. Amazing takes, Skills, Nikki, and Queen. Queen, I'm going to let you go because I know you got to get ready for your show, but it's an honor to have you up here. Whenever you want to come, you're more than welcome. You have an open door policy, Queen. I love you so much. You already know that. We've messaged on the side, Queen. You're my heart. You know that, and I love you so much, and I support everything that you do. Guys, make sure you guys go and follow Queen into her space later on tonight. Queen, just for the people that don't know, let them know where they can follow you, and when do you normally do your podcast, or when do you normally do your spaces?
Well, normally I do Balling with the Queens. That's Liberty basketball. I'm gonna be starting Unrivaled on the 17th. That's also Balling with the Queens. That's where 2 of the WNBA players started their own league so that the women don't have to go overseas after what we saw happen with Brittany Griner. So I kind of want to support that. They're partnered with TNT. And strange thing is it's only 6 teams, but they're paying the players more than the W pays them.
Wow.
Just give that some thought, right? And I do a show on Saturdays, The Conversation, and we talk everything, current events, what's going on in the world. But y'all know y'all can get me anytime you want. All you got to do is holler. Ladies, I'm there. Hector.
Thank you.
There's Queen. A special place in my heart for you. We got some things to do. So, I'm always around the corner. All right.
Definitely.
Love y'all, but I'm going to give them hell at 8 o'clock, ladies.
You do your thing, Queen. See you later, Queen. Guys, make sure you guys go and support Queen. Again, like I said, she's a special person to me. She does an amazing job with the work that she does over there on Twitter and the spaces that she holds. Again, we got over 250 people rocking out with us, over 40 people watching us tonight on YouTube. If you guys can, smack that like button. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Appreciate all the new followers as well. But we've come to that time. We got to get ready to say goodbye because I got a life. Karla and Nikki, they both have lives as well. Ladies, last message to the chat. Say your goodbyes and we'll cut out of here. Go ahead, Karla.
I don't give a fuck about nobody. Nah, imagine. Like mood all 2025. No, listen, guys, I appreciate everybody again. Happy New Year's. Hopefully 2025 is the year for you and only you. Put yourself first in the Knicks as well, because we're going to win a chip this year. Also the Mets. Fuck the Yankees. Nah, I'm playing. Yeah, tomorrow's definitely must-win game. How you said it, Hector, I think definitely for everybody, for us, for the team, for the haters, for everybody. I definitely want to see this team win tomorrow. And if we lose, I don't want to talk about it. We're not doing a show now. Definitely must win. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Again, thank you everybody who supported, who came through, watched us, left comments, all that good stuff. Love you.
Nikki,
and please,
final thoughts.
Follow we now have a Twitter page at FUEGO Knicks. FUEGO Knicks. Follow us there. You can keep up for any shows that you may have missed, any snips, announcements for any future show, or even maybe future meetups or events. Follow us there to be on top of KnicksEnFuego. Again, at FUEGO Knicks.
Yes,
definitely. I put the link in the chat. Shout out to Nikki for making the page. Again, appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. This has been another episode of the KnicksEnFuego show. We have Joe Smith, former NBA player Joe Smith, will be on the Pop-Off show in the morning at 12 p.m. Make sure you guys tune in for that. But until next time, I'm Hector.
Skills.
Nikki.
And we will be back next time. Appreciate you guys. Deuces. Love y'all.
Putaria, sanungueo.
That is out in the night, paying it for it and it don't matter the price. Boom boom more than now, here moving so right. Get it shaking tonight, dama todo rulay. If you know me, then you know that I would never deny. That's right. Tengo mi terio and I will show you tonight. So the putaria has my future so bright, bringing it to the light. Un foqueo rulay. I said this tape is not for ignorant babosos. Steady rep that 718. Melting pot that done made me famoso. That's from New York City, el verdadero sancocho. Invoco al un vale yo. Me monto y me da la hinchazón. Spitting out, keep